Nearly $500 million of North Carolina's funding could be allocated as vouchers for parents to send their children to private schools, regardless of the family's income. It's been quite controversial. The bill has already passed through the state legislature. Many critics say it goes too far and has even called for some funding to instead go to the public schools for things like teacher salaries, security, things like that. We're going to bring in Republican Speaker of the North Carolina House of Representatives, Tim Moore. Thanks for joining us here on NewsNation Now. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Great to be with you.
Well, we understand that demand has really skyrocketed after Republicans made everybody eligible for this, regardless of how much money the family is making. It sounds wild to a lot of your critics. They wonder why spend $500 million on private school vouchers when the money should just go to public schools. But you obviously back it and have a good theory. Why? Why is this so good for North Carolina, do you think?
Well, we're really excited because, parents are going to have a choice. And, I'm a product of the public schools. Both of my sons are, and we have some great schools and great public schools around our state. But we do have some areas of the state that are struggling. And we also have parents who have decided that it's best for their children to attend a private or a religious school if they can. And so there have been some affordability issues. So this was a pilot project that started in around 2014, and you had about 1,200 students involved in that now. As of this year, that number has grown to 32,000. And the reason it's so successful is that parents are having an opportunity to make that choice for what's right for their children. We saw a lot of this really accelerate after COVID when some of the public schools were shut down too long and private schools and charter schools continued to operate, and really some gaps in learning loss that have happened. But one thing I want to make sure that your viewers understand is that we do not take funds from the public school budget to pay for this. This comes from additional sources of revenue. And so in the same budget where we expanded the opportunity scholarships, we also increased K-12 public school education as well as the community colleges.
Yeah, look, and I understand that, and that's not the average parent's understanding of the school budget. They see, or the state budget rather, they see a big pot of money and go, well, why take all this money and put it here when you could put it there? And in some instances, in some respects, it is from the same pot. But let's take a look at some of these numbers for the students that are on the wait list, because our producers have pulled this up. Like I said, there's a big demand for this, about 55,000 students on the wait list already. But the percentage of families that are earning more than $260,000 a year that are on this wait list, 18%. Well, there's 19% earning less than $58,000, which would obviously need these vouchers. But why do you think it's fair for families who can already afford private school to be eligible to get these vouchers?
Well, bear in mind on those numbers, the reason the 19% figure is so low is that most of those families already qualified from the additional coverage. What happened was we appropriated funds to the opportunity scholarships, and it turned out that the demand was so great that we weren't able to fund the higher tiers. There's basically 4 tiers based on income. And so the first tier was funded, but only just a small fraction of the second tier. So of the group of families that were left out, they all tended to be those that had a little higher income because those with the lower income were already covered. So it really didn't expand the program in terms of who qualifies.
Okay.
It was just budgeted for it. There was more demand.
All right. Well, North Carolina is not the only state that has school choice programs. We can show a graphic of the United States, a map of the U.S. There are at least 29 other states that have some form of school choice and school voucher programs. But North Carolina, this is my state, so this is near and dear to my heart, too. How North Carolina stacks up compared to other teachers is quite troubling as far as salaries go. And some of that would have to do with cost of living, but some of it just doesn't seem fair for these poor teachers that are putting their lives on the line when we see these school shootings happen and they don't feel respected and all of that. North Carolina, $56,500 a year. That's the average salary. The national average salary, though, $69,500. And then one more thing you want to have stability and consistency for your kids. So you want the teachers to stay in their jobs. But according to these details from public schools in North Carolina, in 2023, 11.5% of teachers quit. Are those numbers, is that right?
Well, I'll tell you what we've seen is that, and some of those are people transferring to different positions and so forth, but I'm going to be one of the first to tell you, I think we should pay our teachers more. And we had a proposal this year, and I believe eventually it will become law later this year to increase funding for teachers. And it is one of the greatest professions. And I'll tell you, no one's going to succeed in education if we don't have great teachers. So I don't think it has to be an either or, it has to be both. And bear in mind, you're from North Carolina. You know some of the challenges we've had for years. We have actually brought North Carolina up in the ratings over the last few years, but we need to continue to do more.
Yeah.
And we're certainly going to continue doing that as well.
Well, we are out of time, but I just have one question for you because I went to the Governor Roy Cooper's website about this and asked them for a comment. It's plain and clear how he feels about it. There was a big red bar across the top of the governor's website. He's a Democrat, often campaigns with Kamala Harris. And he said that this is reckless, and he said that a moratorium needs to be put on these school vouchers till all public schools in North Carolina are properly funded. Do you think this is going to be signed by Governor Cooper?
I don't know. He certainly is signaling that he may veto it. But, there's a lot of other funding in there, again, for the public schools, for the community colleges, for Medicaid, for broadband. There's a lot of other great initiatives. There's legislation in there about protecting against illegal immigration. He may let it become law without his signature. He may veto it. And if he does veto it, we'll be prepared to come in and override the veto.
Okay, well, we'll see how this shakes out because this could really change the landscape of how our kids are educated, not just in North Carolina, but, everywhere across the country if school choice is put into place in this fashion. Speaker of the North Carolina House of Representatives, Tim Moore, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.